Here.
Now, everybody. Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Mhm. Hey, quiet.
Or Twitch doesn't want to be nice to me.
Okay, so we should now have sound for everybody. Let me try my stream again. I have it. And aha, I can hear myself. Aha, I can
Can you
hear
hear
myself.
us?
Has
Can you hear us?
Yes. Cool.
Can you hear us?
All right, so
Cool.
that's what I was checking, making sure we have sound for everybody. Welcome to a brand new campaign. We're doing some Dead Suns for Starfinder. And let me close this out. A couple quick things. First of all, I want to shout out to my Clancy. There can be only one. 10,006. Had to count the zeros there. Coming in hot with a 6-month subscription. That is freaking amazing. I've never had that happen before, so that is
Woo!
awesome. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for that. And there's a new thing. So if you, as Parkman101 showed, you can join the party of adventurers, either interclass or aura or mood. They all do the same thing with an exclamation point in front of it, and it'll assign you a alignment and a class. So, for example, Parkman 101 is a 70% lawful good Vanguard today. Vanguards are your tanks. They stand in front of you and want to get hit because they use that to thrash their enemies with entropic energy. Mantha 8225 is a 34% neutral evil Mindbreaker Mystic. Mindbreaker Mystics are the Mystics are sort of like your clerics, so they're spellcasters that tap into the divine energies, and it's mood, class, or aura people. I don't know why he didn't work for Diablo Bob. That's weird. And then we have. Oh, it did work for Diablo Bob.
Worked again.
Way up top. Yeah, you only got to do it once. Diablo Bob is an 82% neutral good envoy today. Envoys are your like face from the A team. They're your squad leaders, your bards, and Drake is a 14% chaotic good envoy today.
Fuck
So
yeah!
we got two people who are encouragers and cheerleaders and help out. They're also the only people who can heal stamina, so and they have that going for them. All right, so besides the stream, also those of you who haven't been on the stream before, click the little Sven Zone particles. As you earn them, similar to the other streams, you cannot use it on yourself, on your own player, but you can do it with other members of the party. You can always do the You can always do the monsters as well. So if you're, I've even done that as a player a couple times, giving advantage to the monsters to keep it interesting. So there's lots of things you can do in there, including the Magic Surge, and the Magic Surge is a table of 10,000 different things that could happen. So check them out, see what's there, and thank you guys for coming by, saying hello, hanging out with us in the chat. All right, 2 questions for you players. As you're looking at the combat tracker and the images on the maps, you guys are all Fantasy Grounds veterans. There's a setting that allows me to limit the rolls, the dice rolls, to the chat window. So they changed it to now where you pick up a die and just throw it anywhere on the screen and it will roll. Or, as the DM, I can change that so that it will only roll if you drop it into the chat. Because I have one player, for example, who loves throwing his dice around and was all very upset that he couldn't play with his dice. So, question is...
He still plays with his dice. I will have you know. He still does it. He just doesn't care.
There's your vote. So click on yes, I want them only in chat. No, I don't care.
I didn't mean to do that.
All right, so there's one person left. It is anonymous, so I don't know who it is. But whoever hasn't voted, vote so we can figure out where to go with this. The second thing is inventory.
4 of us here.
Yes, but one of those is me. So there's 5 of us.
So you get to vote.
Right, I did. So there's one missing. Ooh. There we go.
I don't know.
All right, so we are not putting the rolls in chat. And then the other thing is the inventory. Do you want to see everyone's inventory or in the party sheet? Yes or no? All right, so it looks like that is a no. What is it set for now? Let me see. Gear.
It is.
All right, so it is set so that
showing.
everybody can see it. All right, so I'll get that taken care of at some point. It might not be tonight, but it'll get taken care of here. Maybe during the break, I'll fix it. Cool. So, gathering from throughout the near space, each of you have chosen to try and become a member of the Starfinders Society. You anxiously await the arrival of the Salam Runner, the ship taking you to Absalom Station. Party sheet. Everybody give me percentiles, please.
Is that wrong?
You forgot. You only have to use 1 now.
So, the song in my heart, it took me a minute because I just had the instrumental going through my head. It took me a moment to...
I swear, if you
This
say the startup music
tiny little
for like
snippet.
the 4th time in a row.
So I had to say, okay, let me actually listen to what's going on in my head. And it's the song from the Night of the Roxbury. The dun, 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 dun. And that's the only part that's going through my head.
Nice.
Reach me.
So we're going to start with Scar.
All right.
All right. So also those of you who those of you who have not, please go into your notes tab and please fill that out. If you don't want to put in a deity, that's fine. I'll be linking a little blurb on deities, but I need at least height so that I can make the 2D version of everybody accurate, as I like to do. All right, so Scar, tell us in 30 seconds or less a little bit about who you are as a player and then who you're playing.
Hi, I'm Nick. I've been playing for Sven for almost various D&D campaigns. Been playing pretty much since the start of 5th edition D&D and more recently with Starfinder, which I've been having a lot of fun with. Was honestly not thinking about talking to myself, so nothing else is coming to mind. But I'm currently playing Absalom, aka Scar, who is a technomancer. A little bit of a what's the word? Scruffy guy from the slums who doesn't like it when people don't get treated equally, and thus likes to look for ways so that people can get treated equally or equate, some things when needed. Small little Yoski, rat folk, and yeah, I hope that makes sense because now my brain's not thinking of any other words.
All right, so you are actually not on Absalom Station as you're waiting to be picked up. Look and see. Here it is. You are at Drifter's End, and we'll get more into that in a minute. But as you wait, the ship lands. They're doing a little bit of maintenance and restocking as you wait, and then they open up the hatch and let you in. Let me throw you on the map. So you should be able to move around the cabin. And as you come into the main, do you see yourself on the map?
I do.
Okay. So as you come into the main area, you see there are large chairs, medium chairs, and small chairs along the bottom. In the center, there's these set up for food and drink. So go ahead and put yourself where you would settle in as the ship begins to take off. My stuff.
Nice.
Oh.
All right. Next we have so you start to relax as you feel the motion of the ship, and it takes off, heads out. Next we have Otto Hakar.
Otto
So-
Hakar being played by Diablo Bob. I guess I should probably introduce myself. I've been playing with Sven for a couple of years over on Rob Tui's channel and then Drake's channel. This is actually my first time playing Starfinder in this version. So I am a Brenari. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's an autoprop guy. He pretty much has been there, but most of his life because his dad went out there to get some milk and fish. He never came back, and so he was raised by his grandparents. They didn't really know too much about modern technology, so he kind of learned his craft that way. Eventually became a talented technomancer. And then he became an adult. His grandparents kicked him out and said, "Go find a real job." And thankfully, as a kid, his grandparents talked about being a starfighter and such. And he's like, "Hell yeah, that sounds good. I got nothing else to do." So he decided to try to join, and here he is.
All right. So you are actually at a place called Galarian World. Galarian World is a planet-sized amusement park, and it celebrates the planet that used to be where Absalom Station is now. During the gap, Galarian disappeared, and Absalom Station took its place. No one really knows where it is, but there's this whole amusement park planet called Galarian World that celebrates that, and you were there. As you're waiting, you get back on. You get onto the ship. You see a little Yosoki, and
Well, that was
do
a lot
you-
of fun.
do you recognize this Yosoki? Have you met before?
Well, I would say that I've ran into him through my limited adventures. I don't know if he has a great view of me because, I am kind of a teenage otter guy on the prowl for a good-looking pelt, or an AI girlfriend. I mean, I'm a technomancer, so it's kind of my thing. And he kind of was a little creeped out about that.
All right, and so Scar, you know that he is a paranormal investigator who goes around and tracking down different leads and figuring out what things are,
Find-
whether or not it really is undead or not, or things that are out of the ordinary. Which in a society where there's magic and undead, there's a whole planet full of undead people. The paranormal can be rather odd.
Trying to find a nice, attractive soul to put an AI girlfriend, so that way it's a real girlfriend, and I can tell my grandparents I finally actually met somebody and not just a robot.
Yeah, she doesn't. It's not like the one that lives in Canada.
Yeah.
All right. Next we
Gotta choose
have.
the right language there.
She's real, okay? She just goes to a different school.
Right.
No, I don't have any pictures on me.
Next we have Elwyn. Elwyn was on Outpost Z, which is a space station not known for its most high society people. But Mantha, tell us a little bit about you and your character.
Hi guys, I am Mantha. I'm not all that interesting, but I do play in like every single campaign that spends streams on his channel. So also chief moderator, only moderator. That's my claim to fame right there. And tonight I am playing. Gotta get a breath before this. I am playing Elwyn Vezo, Talif Avagni Dai of Clan Sharabai, House Vanathor, Spearbreakers of the Line of Astra. And he is a Kasatha nanocyte. He is basically just reached maturity and is going out and like exploring the world. And he had an accident, and in order to save his life, he received a medical treatment, and his body is now like kind of like he has nanocytes living in him, like little tiny robots. So I can't think of anything else to say, but that's my character.
All right. So as the ship leaves hurriedly off of, it does not stop for a refueling or anything else. As soon as you are on, it leaves, gets away from Drifter's End. As you board, you see two little guys. One's an otter and one is a rat. And they're chittering and talking and making little sparks appear and blowing air at each other and doing different things. As you come onto the ship, you see this tall, four-armed. The two of you could stand on one of you could stand on each other's shoulders, and probably still wouldn't match his height. Although that is an idea you could use steel for later on if you ever want to.
Is this the gentleman who ruined the buffet at the Harrow Club this morning?
And that leaves us with Periwinkle. Drake.
What's up, everybody? I'm Drake. I GM Dungeons and Dragons. I also GM Fallout, and this is my first endeavor into Starfinder. But tonight, or future, I will be playing Perry Winkle, who is a Yosaki. Yosaki. Yosaki at pronouncing. Mechanic. And he got caught into a fan motor, and it ripped his arm off, and part of his brain got damaged, and but he now has a prosthetic left arm and an AI brain implant that is most of his memory now, since his memory has been kind of damaged. But yeah, that's him. He's got a purple mohawk, and the color is called periwinkle. So, but he
Totally
says, "I
unrelated.
just want to be called Perry, please. Thank you."
All right, so you are at Precipice, a planet similar to Coruscant in that it has massive cities. It's not quite. It's not like there is a planet that is like that. That is called Absalom. That's where the androids came from. But it's close. Major cities, huge things, lots of drow families, and lots of high society. And you jump onto, as you come in.
He was He's been to Absalom Station before, though. That's where his accident happened.
Correct.
It was a way of getting his arm and brain fixed.
So as you come in, you see Otto and Scar sitting there, as well as Elwyn. Do you know any of them? Have you met any of them before?
If he does, he doesn't remember them. He's like, hey, hi, do I know you guys? I'm leaving it up to them.
That's devious.
Were you the milkfish salesman my dad went to go see?
Probably. What's milkfish?
It's yummy.
Catfish, but milky.
That's right.
Oh,
So as you guys are settling
That doesn't
down,
sound good.
there's a little blurb that comes over the vids that are there scattered throughout the room there, talking about a group.
buttons.
I just want to give you a quick little peek behind the curtain. This is a monthly campaign I run, and we have a myconid, who is a race made up of a colony of mushrooms that is sentient. We have a shimmerine, which is a crystal creature made out of rock, and they have an inner glow that they can change. They are also like the, if you notice their right arm, they can shape their limbs into different tools and weapons, like the Terminator 2 guy. There's a Khazar, which is a plant creature who cannot see. They have a 30-foot blind sense that goes out and a 10-foot life sense around them. Beyond that 30 feet, they cannot see. So it's been interesting, especially trying to incorporate them into like starship combat and things where it helps to be able to see a monitor and you can't. And then you have a Shikalta, and a Shikalta is a entity that shares two souls share the same body, and so every 24 hours they swap places, and so it's a new soul for 24 hours, and they swap places for another 24 hours and keep going back and forth. So it has been an interesting campaign trying to incorporate, because the Shikalta is two different classes. So it's one class as one person and a different class as another. So I was very pleased when you guys said we're just going to be
coming into my mind, right?
So the Bernari is the oddest race that you guys have, and that's just an otter guy. So I was very pleased when we.
I think it is to play a blind person. I wouldn't recommend it.
Definitely not for your first time playing Starfinder.
I like trying to do yes and as much as I can. However, if you can't see, you can't see.
Yep, it has been fun.
So you do have 2D versions if you ever wanted to switch. I'm utilizing the new Skybox as well feature. Trying to zoom out for get everybody in. There we go.
Oh yeah, nice.
You guys might not be the right height and everything yet, because nobody had filled that in when they made their characters. But there you go.
But you could teach me how to make them too. Like I was trying to watch Doug, and I'm like, yeah, that's boring. I lost interest.
Yes.
I couldn't even figure out where to go to get it.
Yeah. Well, unlike this is the only thing in Fantasy Grounds that they have not provided yet. They've it's not part of Map Pack yet, so you had to go find your own, which is why it's not smooth and awesome. Anyway, so let's get back to the game. I do want to remind Otto, if you look at your name, you need some languages. I'm going to delete that from your name now. Here's this. I'm going to throw some stuff at you guys if you want them. If you want to save it in a hotkey, I would suggest you do that.
Got it on my note.
I would like to note, as during the whole conversation, that Scar and Otto have had. Scar has been speaking in the native language for the Otter folk.
And by the way, if you want to respond,
What language is it?
you can click the down arrow on your chat, or above the word chat, and it'll show you what language you speak. You click the one you want to respond in, and you can talk to it. Talking it.
Nice.
All right. And then here is.
I know.
All the different action types you can do in combat. We'll get into more of that later, but it talks about what they are and what you can do for them. Closing all these. Close. All right, and then I accidentally deleted my languages earlier today, so give me just a second here. I can find them real quick. In theory. I'll throw them back out. There we are. I think it's right here. All right, and here's the thing I mentioned about deities. Let me show you. Yeah. There you go. So if you're interested, if you scroll down, you can see what the different major deities are. You can also make up your own if you did wanted to have a deity. Give me just that click took me out of where I was, so give me just a second. I gotta go back. I had all this ready to go and then lost it. So just a second here. Appreciate your patience. Alignment. Languages. There we go. So this is definitely something you want. The other ones are personal opinion. Whatever you want to do, doesn't matter. Languages, I would definitely suggest you hold on to these, because unlike other games, anytime your intelligence goes up, you will gain a language, and anytime you choose a rank in culture, you will add another language as well. Also, if you want to know the languages of the people on your ship or in your group, it's Yusoki, Kasatha, and Bernari. Also, there's Lisp, which is the language of the androids.
How does that sound?
It sounds like when you're dialing up for internet. For those of you who remember that sound. Exactly what it sounds like. It is an android language, so it's a challenge for others to speak, but you can.
So what are the other? Is it Absalom? What are the other ones?
So you don't need common because that's assumed. So it doesn't have to be listed on your languages. But you start off with Bernari is the only one that auto starts with. So you get to pick from that list I shared the prevalent or the other ones. Absalom Station is like a major trade hub. Does not have any particular language, which is why you didn't start with one. From Absalom Station, you just got a free one to pick.
What is Scar's native language?
Scars is Isoki, and that is spelled right there. That is what he speaks. All right, so any questions, any comments before we get moving? All right, so you guys are on the ship. You're talking about what's happening, what's going on, what brought you here, and everybody give me another percentile. I put blanks for the numbers that you have, so it should be 6, I think. Yeah, for you it's 6. So just fill in the blanks that are there on that page, Otto. And Triune is a solid choice. It's a good choice. Okay, so we're going to start with Scar again. Last couple times I've done this in D&D and the Starfinder, I did them all at once. We use the combat tracker to swap and go from person to person. The good way, the reason you may want to do that as a game master is it makes people a little bit more involved and helps people to pay more attention to what's going on. The downside of it is a crap ton of work for the DM. Normally we have 8 windows open on average. Doing that, it's like 16 to 20. So it's just insane. So instead, we're going to try individually. I would suggest, especially those who aren't familiar with Starfinder, that pay attention to what's going on and feel free to ask questions. So just jump in or put a little asterisk in the chat or something if you have a question on what somebody does or why they're doing it, or how they did that, as we progress through these real quick. So Scar mentions that he was, let me minimize this, speaking of 8 windows open, trying to close all these ones I opened. I typically have like double that. Let's see, this is Periwinkle, Elwyn, Scar. Okay. So he explains he was on Drifter's Edge. And Drifter's Edge is, like I said, it's a sort of a trading hub, but it's also more of a party hub where people go to relax and unwind. There are a lot of different negotiations that happen, both legal and illegal, on that case. But it's a very crowded, very busy place. And while you were there, you were roped into helping out a friend because this newly contracted planet were trying to make a petition for protectorate status and has sent over a diplomatic delegate to meet with the Pact Council. And the delegate was a member of a previously unknown species. And they brought along a translator. This translator had spent months learning the major languages of the Pact worlds. But you found out, and the reason why you're involved is that after they arrived, the two were separated in the bustle of Drifter's End. And so while the delegate did manage to make their way to their rooms on Diplomat Row, they were worried greatly for their friend who was lost. So an intern was able to use magic to talk to this delegate and was able to give you a description. And he pulled up an image, and this is the image he showed. And he's asking you to go save the delegate's translator before something dire happens to them, or they cause an interstellar incident. And the delegate is the one on the left. The one that looks like an old man is the translator.
All right.
Like his eyes.
And for those of you who are not involved with this scenario, feel free to zoom in, look around. There are various Easter eggs on this map. Give me a 8-sided die there, Scar.
And do.
All right, so you are coming out of where Scar. Bloop. You are coming out here on the where the parking structure is, and this is more theater of the mind than anything else. But how would you like to go about trying to track down this person? If you need ideas, let me know. Otherwise, I'll let you run with it for a little while. What skills would you like to use to try to track down and find this person?
Start. I'd like to kind of look at the various cameras that are around. If there's a good camera network in the area, I'd like to kind of just tap in, kind of hack into the network, just so I could observe the cameras and see if I could, narrow down where he might be or was last spotted, to kind of narrow down where the search would be, by essentially just doing like a face scan or face search for the translator.
All right, so
I hope that made sense.
It does. There. That's weird. What the heck?
I kind of like
Oh, I know
find a connector that's connected to the cameras, and I kind of pull out this little device that I kind of hook up and brings up a little holographic interface using my cantrip holographic interface to kind of bring myself up a little computer, holographic computer and typeset, so I can interact with the individual I kind of can find.
All right, so
even if it doesn't have a proper interface for me to interact with.
all right, so you walk over. These are public, and so it's going to be very difficult for you because there are safeguards set up for. The reason they're here is to look for, they're set up by the security. So go ahead and give me a computers check. It's going to be, where's my, give me a roll.
Right.
So you're able to get into where you can access about half a dozen of them that are close to you and see the screens, see what you're not able to search, or you're not able to turn them off or on, or do anything besides view them. The firewalls are too much for you right now.
Mm.
So give me a perception check to see if you happen to see him while you're looking. All right, and how long are you going
My
to?
dice apparently like to.
How long are you going to be studying these cameras?
I'd say I probably give it a good. um, good 15 minutes to see if I find anything of substance. If not, I will probably try a different tactic.
All right, so 15 minutes go by. A couple of the cameras are pretty much useless because there's just not a lot of people going by there. They're just showing areas that are blank, but one of them is just looks like it's out of whack, so it's half of it's covered by a corner of a building. Looks like it got knocked somehow, so it's not really useful. And but the rest of them are doing okay, and you just don't see anything that looks like an old man with a beard or in the robes during that time. And so those of you who are unfamiliar with Starfinder, level 1 difficulty is a 12 for easy. Challenging is 17, and a difficult check is a 22. So it's a little bit higher than what you might be used to. Then again, if you look at your skills page, you'll see your numbers are a little bit higher than the +2, +3 you get at in a D&D campaign. All right, so what else would you like to do?
I think I'll switch tactics and start going around and asking people, "Oh, hey, if you see
Okay.
an old man, oh, what direction did you think they went in?"
All right, so
You know,
diplomacy. I would even give sense motive as you're watching the crowd, seeing, you're trying
I
to
will
read
take
each
diplomacy.
person that you see.
Oof.
All right, so as you're walking around, it takes you about 5 minutes, but as you talk to someone, you see that you mention, you show them the picture, and they're like, yeah, I saw them. I thought he was over there. If you look through that pagoda over there, and so you start working your way over there. Give me a perception check.
Big rolls. 10.
All right, so it's a little dark in this alleyway, and you don't hear anything. So what else would you like to do?
I think I will still go down, um, go into it, the area. While I don't hear anything, I'll you know see if I can find any further clues by just continuing along that path. Perhaps it's hidden around, or there's dampeners or whatnot. But um, you know, but best lead I got, I'll continue this way until I can run into someone else to ask further questions.
All right, so you head down here, and you turn the corner, and you see this older gentleman, has a beard and a robe, and he's trying to interact with a door panel, and he's holding up an ID card and trying to flash it in front of it. Um, and you have found your quarry.
Up. Technology on the scanner on the fritz.
So he turns and sees you and says Yusoki, yes?
Last I checked, I am. You're a translator, correct? Been looking for you. Some people were worried when you wandered off.
Ah, excellent. Yes, this food giver is not working. Perhaps we can stop along the way. And he allows you to lead him back to Diplomat Row. And that is the end of your story as you are back on the Absalom Runner and telling your tale to the people, anybody who will listen.
Yeah, I basically complained to Otto how some old people don't understand how to interact with technology, even technology that he created in their age. It's like, they're like, where does the knowledge go? Like, seriously,
I don't know.
we've
It's
had
almost
those
as bad
types of
as people who
scanners around
can't
for a
break through
while.
firewalls.
Yeah, that's just a skill issue.
We gotta, bump up those numbers, buddy.
Sometimes you just need the right technology or the right interface.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's hard when you're trying to into a box that doesn't have any connectors.
All right,
That's why I
Periwinkle
need to find more
sort of
buckets.
perks up a little bit, and he's like, "That's nothing compared to what I had to deal with." And you were in Precipice, one of the major cities there, and you had been hired on by a couple drow, and you're told to go to this office. So you walk in, and you see a receptionist who is why is it not showing up in my, oh, there we go, okay. See a nameplate on her desk. It says Sindri Born. You were told to talk to a Zaolin. She looks up, sort of looks you up and down, and sees your augmentations and your race and such, and she says, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, I'm here to see. What'd you say? There's
Zaolin.
only 2 seconds ago. Shaolin, yes. Yeah, my name is Perry. Periwinkle. I'll stick out my hand.
She pretends not to see the hand and reaches and puts her hand to her ear, even though being a mechanic, that's not necessary at all. She says, sort of tilts her head a little bit. Miss Zaolin, the mercenary is here. And so she waves you in.
Oh, this way? Oh, thank you.
And you see a drow. Now, you know that most drow, you did a little bit of research, and you know that most in drow society, the women it's a matriarchy, so the women are the one who run the businesses and are in charge of the family houses and things like that. So she says, tasks you with going, she's going to give you a serious number of credits to go into some government building and download a computer program onto the main servers. and
What's up, Belle?
they will give you a passcode to get you into the building itself. But from there, it's up to you to find the proper computer's terminal that will get you into the mainframe, and then you have to download a simple program onto the mainframe. Bella Muerte 66 is in chat. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. Appreciate it. She is the media guru over at Fantasy Grounds. Minimize this.
this
There you go.
You got this
Alright.
program. I gotta install it on my my memory drive.
I suggest you don't install it onto anything that you own. And she hands you like the equivalent of a thumb drive. It may not be in your interest, shall we say. And so you work your way to the Office of Sanitation that she tasks you to find. You use the key pad that you wait outside. You see it is a office. It is a city office, and so therefore they work bankers' hours, and so you presume that it's going to be mostly empty after hours. So you wait about an hour and a half after they close. Make your way in. You are Periwinkle. Periwinkle. Loop. Alright, and as you're looking around, you see that there's a little terminal over here. It is dark, but you see that there is an actual computer terminal over here.
I'll make my way over to the computer terminal. Are there any like uniforms or anything in this room, like a lab coat kind of thing that maybe make me look like I work here?
Okay, give me a percentile. I'm going to say there is a 25% chance. This is mostly an office building. So you see there's looks like somebody left a rain slicker to keep the rain off them. But this is an office, so they wouldn't really have any kind of the people who are actually out collecting the sanitation, garbage men, those things, or working in the sewers. They all have their jumpsuits and things, but people who work in here are just normal office dweebs, so they don't have particular uniforms.
I'll go over and check out this terminal. Is it plugged in?
Turn off the make it to where you can move around the cabin. So yeah, so as you get closer to it, you sort of wave your hand over it and whoosh, it pops up. So give me a computers check. Now she's given you an access card, so go ahead and give yourself a +5 in the modifier box on the bottom left.
You also have a little help from the chat.
Yep. So that'll give you a +2 on your next roll. So you have a +7 modifier.
Oh. Okay. Cool. Wow. Good thing. I rolled a 4.
However, with all the bonuses you have, 21 is almost the highest you need even for a difficulty check, for a difficult one. But you are able to then see that there is it pops up a menu, and one of those menus is offices, and you dig around a little bit. It takes you about 2 minutes, and you're able to then find there are some cameras in here that you're able to access, and you see that there is two robot guards and another person who's in there. A humanoid guard. Give me a culture check.
Yeah, I told you I rolled like crap.
So you're not
Good
sure.
thing you had that +7.
That's right. There you go. So it looks like a moth with a gun. Looks to be about 2 feet high, and then a wing spread out a little bit wider.
Can I see on the cameras where the main terminal's at?
So as you're looking around, you see that you have to get up to this office right there.
All right.
Get him out of the way.
I want to see if I can access like the facility layout and see if there's any like.
Yeah, you have that already. That's why you have the map. You can see. So you
Is there any like air conditioning ducts or anything I could crawl through to get over there?
No, it doesn't have access to any of those type of things. No, you are periwinkle. There it is. Options.
Can I access any of the other computer terminals from this location?
To do what?
Like this one over here, maybe. I want to make it like beep, like
Okay.
come on and
Give me a
make a
computer
beeping
check.
noise.
I'm going to say that is with the access that you have. I'm going to say that is a easy difficulty. So you just need a 12 or higher.
Come on, 2. Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. So all of a sudden, the printers are and start making noise, and this shows the whole map, but some areas are blind from where you are. But you see that
I can go through like
moth starts
here. How
flying.
do I get?
Yep. So you go through there. All right. So give me a stealth check.
Stealth.
Okay. So as you peek around and you scooch forward, give me a perception check.
Let's see where he went. Whoops. Dragging the whole damn character sheet.
All right, let me see what their thing is. All right, so you can't tell, you don't hear anything, but there is a thin layer of carpet here, so it might be a little hard to tell. You know that the guard was in the hallway right in front of you at one point, going back and forth. And as you wait a moment, you see that he starts coming right up around the corner. Give me a percentile. Okay. He is right looking up the hallway. As he's taking a glance now at the hallway, and he's walking towards you.
Oh, I'm gonna like get under this table.
Okay. He does his normal rounds. Come over here, looks up, looks down, turns around, and starts walking back this way.
I go in this room.
As you zip across,
There's a
you
door.
see that there's the moth thing is over there, trying to figure out what's going on with this printer. And you are able to get into the room that you need to be in. So give me a computers check.
Hold on, I'll make sure I close the door and lock it.
So one thing you can do in Starfinder is you can have what's called taking 10 and taking 20. So taking 10 requires 10 times the amount of time it would normally take to do something. But instead of rolling, you just say you got a flat 10. Taking 20 takes 20 times the amount to do things, actually I think it's 10 minutes. And if you're doing something like breaking into a computer, it assumes you're failing during that 10 minutes, but you add a flat 20. So what you want to do is you want to check to see what kind of safeguards are on this computer to see if you can take the time to try to break into it at your leisure, or if you're going to have to try to hack and not get zapped by a countermeasure or locked out. So give me a computers check to see how secure this computer is. And this is going to be a pretty easy one, DC 12.
Nice.
All right. So you see that this is a office computer, and so even though it has access to other parts within the city government, it's not very much, and so it doesn't have a whole lot of protection. So you can take a 20 and try to break into this. It does require a difficult check, so it's a 22.
Computers?
In computers, yes.
So I
So
can't fail it if I take 20?
Correct. You cannot. It assumes you are failing it as you're for these 10 minutes working at stuff. All right. So you say, screw it. I don't have the time for that. You little pause.
Yeah, this guy could come back any minute.
And sure enough, you're able to get taken care of. Put the little thing, you download it into, and then you hide the fact that you were here, and that nobody logged into this computer during this time. You erase that and take the drive out, and now you just have to get out.
The only way I saw out was the way I came in, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna unlock the door now and listen to see if I can hear anybody out there.
All right, give me a perception check.
My ear up to the door. Ow.
All right, so you hear him, and you hear that he's going away. Tink, tink. He's like
Alright, so I'll
scratching.
peep out and
You hear him, messing with his gun for a little bit. So you peek out, and you see that he is walking away.
Alright, I'm gonna get under this table again.
Okay. He comes over here.
See, wait till he gets
Check
all the
some
way, and
things.
then I'll
Okay. All right, and when just like that, you are out. You are able to pay off most of the gambling debts you have on Precipice, and you're tired of this, working on your
It's
own and
online
stuff.
gaming. Online
So
gambling.
you decide to you catch the next ship, talk to a guy named Durivor Creel, who recruits you into the Starfinder Society, and you go back to ship. Give me a second here.
Absalom Station. I have a hole there.
All right, and we're going to move on. That leads us to Elwyn is last. So Otto.
Uh-oh.
Galarian World. All right, so you went to Galarian World. There are similar to the major theme parks. There are different areas. So there's one, that focuses on like what the adventuring, and then one that built on different cities, and there's one built on different races. So there's all these different sections. When you're covering a planet, there's lots of places you can go, but there's also sections where the people live, and the people who work here, and of course there's while some of it is automated, they still have to be maintained and things like that. So there's whole sections of it where that aren't open to the public. And you have a cousin who got a job there, but he had contacted you because there were some issues that were happening there, and he knew you were an investigator, and so you've heard about a serial killer who is stalking the streets of an area called Whistledown.
He kills with cornflakes.
Oh, crap.
And he seems to be targeting employees who work in an area called Ustalov Land. The murders have been staged to look like vampire attacks, with blood drained from each victim through a pair of puncture wounds in the neck. They have
Interesting.
enacted a curfew, but the curfew hasn't helped. It's been 3 days, and several places are being monitored, and they put you at one of those locations. You're provided with a blind, which is sort of this holographic shield that hides a person inside it. And you're given some manacles and a radio. So if something happens to happen while in your area, if you can handle it yourself, great. But if not, you need at least a radio for backup and let them know what's going on. Give me just a second. Let me do this. I gotta get rid of the guard from the other planet. There we go. Okay, so. Alright, so you are on combat tracker somewhere. Auto, there you are. Okay. Bloop. Alright, so you're sort of in the middle there by the blue awning. You're outside. You're in this holographic blind made to look sort of like this dumpster. And as long as you don't move outside of the dumpster, you can't be seen from by non-magical means. And you've been watching. It's been about an hour. You're starting to get bored, and you figure it's almost time for you to call it in and say there's nothing happening here. When you see there's a giant bug creature, give me a culture check.
Culture.
Yes. Nice. Alright, so you know that this is a Formian. They are large creatures, as far as mechanically, so they are bigger than you. And you see him. Give me just a second here. To do that. This. Never used Fantasy Grounds before. Here it is. Click. Alright, so you see him up there. And he is on his communicator. Give me a sense motive.
Apparently mine only rolls 10s.
So it's hard to tell. You obviously can't hear what he's saying. You are 120-ish, 110 feet away, so you can't really tell what he's saying. But he's talking on his things, and doesn't seem to be too. Remove this. Thank you. He's not really worked up or anything. Just seems to be talking in a normal. Doesn't look in. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. When coming around the corner, give me another culture check.
Culture.
Yes. Nice. So you've worked with some Dromeda before. And you see one.
I think
Down
a
the
hated
street.
creature from Star Wars.
Now they're similar to almost like a camel. And it comes out, looks around, and it is after curfew, so nobody's supposed to be out. But it sort of looks around. It sees the Formian, so it looks at it for a minute, and then scurries across over to this other alley. And as it enters into the alley, the Formian who noticed it hangs up and starts following him. And what would you like to do?
Which stuff is this blind, like, easy to transport? Like, could I just quickly...
No, it is set up so that That's why it's so secure. Is that it's almost impossible to check without touching it, but it's immovable.
Gotcha. Let's see. Guess I'm going to try to kind of hug towards the wall to be unseen and try to make my way up there. I'm guessing that there's cover there.
Okay, so go ahead. You should be able to move your token. So move it up.
Is he crackly or is it me?
He's crackling. Yes.
Might want to try unplugging and plugging back in your mic or something.
Oh, you don't have movement. Okay, so let me try that again. There we go. All right, now try it. Okay, so hold on. All right, so as you're moving up to here, you hear as sounds like some sort of cry, and then it's clearly cut off. And we cannot hear you if you're talking.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Yes.
Okay.
So you heard a cry, and then it's clearly something muffled it or stopped it.
Okay. Are there any cameras that I see in this area?
No, this is employees, and so they're given their right to privacy.
Gotcha. I'm going to try to find a spot to hide over here and see if I can see around this battery bank.
So what's in front of you is a smaller building, it's about 7 feet high, maybe a storage room or something. The building next to you is about 15 feet high to the the east. And so from here, you can't see anything. You know they went down the alleyway up here.
Okay, I'm going to try to sneak around the building and
Okay.
just try
Give
to
me a stealth
grab
check.
and poke. Alrighty, stealth.
Nice. Okay. You're not seeing anything in the little entry. You can see back about 10, 15 feet. And you don't see anything in this little section here that you can see.
Okay. I guess I'm going to, with potential danger in that area, I'm going to basically try to just walk over to, like, down that alley. So that way I can kind of like hug along the top wall and see the area, but kind of still be inconspicuous and kind of dash around if I need to run away.
Okay. So as you get to here, you can see sort of past the bushes and just enough to see that the Formian is on the ground, and you see the Andromeda is standing over him with some sort of device. It's hard to tell from that distance what's happening, but it's clear that the Andromeda is doing something to the Formian.
So, is my primary objective to observe and report or to try to stop?
Yes.
Okay.
You figure out what's happening, and then and let them know, and then stop it if you can. Anything else from happening, and then if you feel like you need help, to radio it in. Regardless, radio it in.
So I'm gonna go ahead and radio it in and kind of like try to go along this wall until I'm can like get into a spot where I'm concealed, but can kind of
Okay,
put
so
my
don't
head on
forget you
watch.
do have some spells, including holographic image. You could use to help you with this type of thing.
Um, oh, so I could basically set up my own blind.
You could, yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Gonna cast holographic image, try to set up my own blind.
All right, so as spell reads, you weave nearby photons into illusory holograms that can take almost any form you can imagine. And at first level, it produces a visual hologram at 440 feet, 400 feet plus 40 per level. No sound, smell, or texture or temperature. And it is in 4 10-foot cubes plus 1 10-foot cube per level. So you have 5 10-foot cubes that you can make a hologram from. So you have, having done this before, you could do something like slowly make these bushes bigger. He's not really paying attention to you. You could try to extend this building out a little bit and then run into the holographic image. You could, or anything else you can think of. It doesn't move, but the image does last for as long as you concentrate.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna
it
try
says
to
you can move the
extend
image within the
building out.
size of the effect. So you can, so if you say you built a car, it could go for those those 5 cubes, and then it would have to stop. So it can move once
I'm
you
gonna slowly try
build an
to
image.
extend the wall slightly and kind of
All right,
expand out that wall.
all right. So click on the little circle on your spells page. So this one actually has spells. And by the way, while we're talking about the spells page, all of you have a spells on the spell page called items, and those are your healing serums. Mark 3, Mark 2, Mark 1 healing serums are coded on your items page. You guys may not have any, but going forward, if you ever need to, they're coded on your spells page. So click the little circle next to, there's three squares. I mean, click the square next to, there you go, and it makes a circle. It's just not Englishing well. So that means, and you see, it also takes up one of your other weapons. Your other spells, because you only have 3 spells you can cast each day. So it keeps track of your spell slots right there. It's much simpler and easier than other gaming systems. All right, so you cast your spell, and you are able to extend the wall, and you're able to move up into there. So you see from there. Give me another perception check.
Perception?
Yes. All right, so as you move up, the dromedary shifts a little bit. He's still facing away from you, facing the Formian that's on the ground, and you hear a little whirring of the device he's holding, but from this angle you cannot tell what he's holding.
I'm definitely reporting this in.
Okay. Are you going to do anything else besides wait?
Well, I don't really what he is doing. I guess do I have a weapon?
You do. You have a laser pistol.
Well, he's faced away from me. And I guess if I use my laser pistol to try to take a pop shot at him, will that make the holographic image go away?
It does not. Nope.
All right, I'll try to take a pop shot at him.
All right. So go ahead. Are you going to supercharge your weapon with your spell?
Yes.
All right. So
I'm
make sure you
definitely supercharging it.
target him, and then let me see why are there two. Let me see what it says. Supercharge a target weapon. It is touch, so it can be yours or any weapon you can touch. If the next weapon attack, if the weapon's next attack hits before the end of the next round, so it only has one round, it deals an additional 4d6. And then, if it happens to hit multiple creatures, it does 2d6. And this is the same type as the weapon's normal damage. Awesome. All right, so you touch, say a couple words, and touch your weapon, and starts glowing, and tiny little of a vibration in it as it charges up, and target him.
Done.
And
And
that you've, I
roll
think
my
you're
thing.
targeting the Formian. Where are you? You are.
Am I supposed to be targeting the Dramata?
Yeah, the Dramata. The Formian's one on the ground. The Dramata is the bad guy in this scenario.
Gotcha. Well, we'll try to hit him with it.
Oh, there he is. Yep, and you get a plus. You get a +4. You don't need it as that hits. So go ahead and roll. There's a little damage next to the supercharged weapon, and then there's also your weapon damage.
And weapon.
All right, and so that is enough to take it down, and you go over there and you see that he has something similar to if you've ever donated plasma. It's this device that drains their blood, and it's supposed to put it back, but it's not, and it's just being collected in a small reservoir that he has there, and within about 2 minutes later, the security shows up, and they're able to. They have a mystic with them, and they're able to help out the Formian and keep him alive because of your quick action.
I'm a hero.
And your cousin is grateful, and he says that if you ever come to Galarian World again, he will give you 10% off the admission to come in anytime you want.
Such a deal.
For you and one other person. Anytime
Me,
you want
my
to come
AI
back.
girlfriend from Canada.
That's right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take our 5-minute break. I'm sorry, 10-minute break. I thought it was 7:35. So we have one more origin story as everybody looks to Elwyn in the ship, and Elwyn sort of looks around. Huh? What? Oh, okay. Guess it's my turn. And we will handle that when we get back. So 10 minutes, guys. All right, it's time to jump back in. Mantha, do you have ears on?
Yes.
Alrighty, so um, Owen finds himself at Outpost Z. You just in your search to your endeavor to um, explore the galaxy and things, you decided to start at one of the farthest places you can go, and one of the more
Of
dangerous
course.
places, which is Outpost Z. It's owned by the Atlanti Star Empire, which is, if there is a bad guy in the galaxy, it is the Atlanti Star Empire. Now that the swarm is gone, but very little is known about them besides that they pretty much kill and conquer anybody they get close to. But this is made of 6 spikes going out of this, with this huge tower on top and a drill going down below. Huge asteroid mining platform. The corridors are cramped with all these shops and stalls, food carts, and this vast network of crawl spaces, industrial pipes, and in an undercity below where the spikes meet. And you're very quickly overwhelmed and fearing for your life, and rightfully so. You decide to go ahead and arrange to get back into normal civilization, and figure, hey, why go exploring on your own when you can become a member of the Starfinders Society and get paid to do it? So while you're waiting for...
Gotta fund my travel fees.
That's right.
It's getting so expensive at this point.
Exactly. A lot more than you thought it was going to be. There's not a whole lot of thrills out here besides the daily just surviving.
Gonna get so many clicks on this video, guys.
That's right. So as you're sitting there waiting in one of the shops that you're in, here is it's basically like a waiting area, relatively close to where you were told that the ship is going to dock. And there we go. Let me put you on the map. Elwyn. There we go. There it is. Alright, so you're sitting there, and you see this humanoid come walking out. Give me a culture check.
Okay.
All right, and you see this guy come out, and you haven't really seen him before. Not even sure what race he is. And he just sort of sees you and then walks over. He comes. Dadgummit. Hold on. He sees you and sort of just puts you out of his mind, and here it is. There you go. Now you can see him. Puts you out of his mind, walks over, and he sort of leans against a wall. Looks like he's just relaxing. He takes out this little device that hovers right by his mouth, and he every once in a while he leans into it and takes a breath, and this fumes come out of his mouth, some sort of smoking device, as he's sitting there, and this. Neutral. There we go. And this woman, give me a perception check. So she's been the only other person in here, and she's just sort of sitting on a bench, sort of leaning back against the wall, and she has her little comm unit out, and she's playing some sort of vid game on it, and when he came out, you noticed that she definitely noticed him and stopped playing the game. She was trying to hide it, but she clearly stopped what she was doing and made a call. And about 10 seconds later, the door behind you opens up. And this human walks in.
Ew, a human. So
Starts
boring.
walking over. And as he does, she stands up, starts moving. Give me a sense motive.
You do have a little help from chat.
Yep, you get a +2.
Why, thank you. I need it, probably. Oh shit, no. Hell yeah.
Alright, so it's clear these two know each other. And it's clear they are approaching this third guy with malice in their hearts.
Ooh, with malice in their hearts.
They're working to block his exits.
I start filming.
Alright,
Like
give me
it's
initiative.
for the beatdown.
Yeah. Let me change my sheath array real quick. Hold up.
And if the rest of you guys would throw a skip turn from the effects, please, onto your people. You should have access to it. Let me see. Yes, you do.
Yeah. So Elwyn like digs into a pocket and pulls out a battery, and these nanites come come out of and like swarm the battery, and all of a sudden they have a scanner in their hands, and
A scanner?
yeah, that's the equivalent to a video camera. It's a scanner, comma video camera.
Okay.
Starts filming. Gets a little bit closer to get a good view.
You thought
Okay,
she
I
was
need
joking about that
I need
video title?
initiative. Need initiative
sorry.
first.
I missed that part.
Alright, so he says something as he pulls out his pistol and fires at him. By the way, those, unlike D&D, most of the sounds in this don't exist for Sirenscape. So I have gone through and made chat triggers for most of your main weapons and attacks and things. But if there's something I missed that you really want a sound for, it's no problem. Just tell me, and I will make that sound. Or make them play. Yes, Elwyn is on the map. She is right here.
Oh, blended in. My apologies.
Yeah, that big cone head. And did he hit? Yes. All right. She's doing the same thing. And you see he is really hurt. He's taken by surprise, and as these shots rip through him, he stumbles back. And he has this laser pistol that he's bringing out, and he looks over toward you and says, "Come on, help me! I can make it worth your while." And he tries to shoot back. All right, Elwyn.
Elwyn, woo. Okay. Yeah. So, Elwyn probably shouldn't just be filming an assassination. But he actually, let me check what kind of action it is. Oh, it's a move action to change a race. Okay. So, yeah, so Elwyn is going to get closer. Let me check. Moves 30 feet. Actually, I think that's 25, but I'm like half in
It's
his
30.
face. Okay.
Okay.
And pulls out a laser rifle. Hey, you can't just gang up on him like that! And aims at the closest person. And we'll try to shoot.
Nice. So 12 on the dice. 16's a hit.
And it does that damage, and I swear I remember something about being able to change arrays. I use a...
Change your what?
I swear I remember something about being able to change arrays as not a move action if I use like a resolve point or something, but I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so, it's a nanite surge to switch arrays as a swift action. So I'm going to do that, and he like kind of like drops the camera for like a so that the footage like cuts out like as it's on the way to the ground, and before it hits the ground, uh, all of a sudden it's no longer a camera; it's just a battery that's on the ground, and these nanites come flying out in a cloud around him. Oh, and I can't remove the 4 because you put it on.
All right, so you're going to using the cloud array. So
Yes.
you have it should be in assets, and it can be. It doesn't have to be around you. You can move it and stuff. If you look at the cloud array, where are you?
Sorry,
There you
trying
are.
to.
Cloud array. You spread out in a faintly visible cloud that fills a number of contiguous 5-foot squares. The maximum number of squares you can fill this way is 1 plus your Constitution bonus. At least one of these squares must be adjacent to you. So your con is +4. So it can be up to 5 squares long.
Okay.
And if you click on assets and then shared.
Oh, that is big. Okay.
Okay. And I can fix it so you want it to be in a straight line toward him.
No, I want it to be kind of going towards the wounded guy at the ground. I can't get it to him yet, though.
Okay.
And that's all I can do. I did all the things that I can do.
Come on, it won't let me access it. Okay, interesting. Cloud. So what you can do is go ahead and pull another one. We will shift, change the direction on this one. Play. Come on, turn.
Oh, yay. It's smaller. Oh.
And we'll just sort of do theater of the mind that it's going 5 squares in this direction. All right, and then what does your cloud do? 1, 2, 3.
I don't think it does anything
4,
right
5.
now.
One more. Okay. When you form it, you can use it on surge to increase the cloud's density. It provides concealment, but it's only 10% miss chance. If so, did you want to do that? And then as you move closer, move the cloud to provide the miss chance, or do you not want to use the surge yet?
I don't care about the miss chance, to be honest.
Okay. All right. All right, so your adrenaline lets you go again before the rest of them.
And Owen is going to keep moving. 15. Let's say 25 feet.
Okay.
The wounded guy is for sure within 5 spaces of me. Let me check what it takes to move.
And by the way, for all of you, if you have actions on your actions page, those are pulled from your abilities, but I copied everything into the little blue puzzle symbol on your actions page and simplified it to deal only with what you're talking about. So for example, the Technomancer has a choice of 7 different things. I only have the one you picked on your actions page. So if you have questions about your actions, you can usually find them clearer, simpler answers right there on your actions page. And so it says, stationary once formed, though you can refigure it as the space as a move action.
Yeah, I just wasn't close enough
Okay.
to this guy, so that's gonna have to be next turn. And Elwyn will go ahead and try shooting at the woman this time.
Okay.
Trying to draw all of the aggro because this guy looks rough.
Okay. Nice.
That's a hit. And does minimum damage. But that's fine. And these are benches, yeah.
All right, so she is going to take another shot. She's like, damn it, Kasathan, mind your own business. Nothing to do with you. And the other guy's like, well, we can't really have witnesses anyway. Yeah, you're right. Damn it. We'll come back. And she takes off. And he races after her.
Are they trying to run away to cancel her Viewfinder account?
That's right. And so he turns to you and says, DM can't find his story. Hold on. Close 15 windows. There we go. I am sorry, Demir. As he pulls out this little serum and jabs himself. He says, I thank you for helping me. Damn people. He takes a drag on his little smoking device. I can't believe I let myself get lured away by myself again. Here, and he hands you one of the serums. Says, thank you for your help. If you ever need something, just let them know that you're sorry Demir owes you one. And he leaves.
Oh, I definitely need to write down that name. That's for sure gonna come up later, guys. Immediately gets to work on editing the video.
I like to imagine that, like, as we cut back to the ship that we're all on, rather than like tell the story like everyone else has, you just basically pull up your video account and show us the video.
Yep. Who's there?
And
Scar is there.
subscribe.
There he is. Alright, and just in
Look,
case.
I'm not gonna have you guys not believe me.
Alright, so you guys are back. As you finish telling your stories, the Salam runner starts to come in toward dock. Starts making its final preparations. Let me see. So, looking at your peeps, let me go ahead and give everybody a long rest because that
Should we
happened.
turn off skip turn?
There we go. Yes, if you have skip turn still on you, please take that off. Okay. All right. So Otto and Periwinkle. If you want to look at your actions pages, like I said, the things aren't nothing here. Well, not nothing, but very few things are automated at all in Starfinder. So I did a lot of this stuff on my own. There's a glitch right now in the Matrix. There used to be counters. So if you had something that you could do twice a day, there were two little dots that you could mark off as you use them. That, for whatever reason, isn't working. You're able to put the number in the little box where it belongs, but as soon as you move away from that, the number's there, but doesn't show any kind of physical representation. So I say that so I would highly suggest you guys get used to using your combat tracker. Most of you are anyway. But you'll see in the combat tracker, for example, auto, you have a spell cache unused. And that's the way we're tracking is once a day. The spell cache, both you and Scar have spell caches. All that does is it lets you cast a spell that you know without expending a spell slot. So anytime you want to do that, just use it, and then you would remove that from your
like a ritual.
From your spell slot. From your combat tracker. You also need to figure out what it looks like. So if you read the details of the spell cache, it can be anything that you can think of. So if you look at under the abilities page, it can be a tattoo, it can be a device, it can be anything, an amulet, anything that you want to use. So it could theoretically be harmed. Realistically, it's not going to happen, but it could be, depending on. I mean, if you decide you make it a glass sphere that hangs from on your shoulder, it might get broken. But it's mostly for flavor. What happened when you use your spell cache? What does it look like? Technomantic talent doesn't really require anything. Let me go to summary. So if you look at, again, you have two evocation talents left, auto, and 2 organized evidence left. It means you can do those things twice a day. Organized evidence lets you get all your stuff in order, tap into your OCD nature and feel better, get a resolve point back. Scar, you can do that. Periwinkle, you can do that by playing games. You play games for 10 minutes and get a resolve point back. So that's how those are working, is that in the combat tracker, you will have counters, and that's what those effects are for on your character sheet. We'll go into those more detail as we need to, as we use them. I just want to let you know for your weapons, if you look at your actions page, there are 2 numbers. So for example, auto, you have a +1 next to your laser pistol and a -3. Periwinkle, you have a +2 for the thrown knife and a -2 for your thrown knife. Because if you do a regular attack, that's what the first number is, the positive number. Anybody can do a full attack. It means you don't move, you don't do anything else, you just attack twice. If you do that, you use the other number. So the -3 or the -2, because it's a -4 for each attack. Again, just keep in mind, the main point is you can do a full attack and attack twice if you ever want to. And we'll go over the details on how that works. We already looked at your spells and how those work. Periwinkle, you have your exocortex. Combat tracker, I just presume you're always going to use it. So it's tacked on there as your attack +1. It basically, your AI in your brain tracks your enemy and gives you a +1. And so I have that already coded for you. And then the only thing you need to worry about is your barricade. You may want to put that as down in your hotkeys. Also, any of these things can be used as hotkeys. Any of these effects. So you may want to get used to just throwing it in your hotkeys so you don't have to find it. If you build a barricade, it gives you a +2 armor class. So that's what that's for. That's how that's coded. Any questions on your actions page right now? I said it's not a big deal. If you don't understand everything, we can go over it later if we need to. Okay.
I think I'm good.
Cool. As I said, your abilities, Periwinkle, your theme abilities are a little weird. We already talked about that. Because for some reason it should put them all in there, and you should only have level 1 right now, but it put all of them in there. So ignore your theme abilities. But
I saw that.
everybody else, if you ever want to get more details, you want to know what the full wording of any of your abilities are, it's right there on your abilities page. Skills. If you look at your skills page, you're mainly worried about the far right, the total. And that little purple thing is a die. So you double click on the right, which most of you have done already, to find it. If it's a red number, like medicine and sleight of hand, for example, if it's a red number, unless I say otherwise, you cannot roll it because you're not trained in it. So medicine, it would be like somebody trying to do CPR who's never been trained, or trying to do a tracheotomy when they have no idea what they're doing. Computers is the same thing. You can't hack into a computer if you have no computer training. So if it's red and I ask you to roll it, say I'm untrained, or I'll say even if you're untrained, give me a roll. Professions. All of you have professions. If you can't read it, if you pull it to the right, make the window bigger, you'll see you have a profession. So for example, Otto, you're a ghost hunter, and Periwinkle, you are a facilities maintenance. So if I ever say anything, any skill at all, and you think, gee, this has to do with my background, my theme, my profession, you can say, hey, can I roll a profession for that instead? And it's very vague. So if it fits even remotely into what you think it might be, facilities maintenance is huge. That's you should be able to find a lot of reasons how a facilities maintenance guy would be able to use your roles. Like what we were just doing before, you might have been able to use your profession roles instead of computers to find out the layout of what it looks like, stuff like that. Are there cleaning vents and things? That would be facilities maintenance. So keep that in mind. That is also something going forward you will be able to put ranks into if you want. Also, if you ever have downtime, that is how you make money. So if you spend a week or a couple days of downtime, you can do your profession. If you're on like a space station or a ship or a planet, you can use your profession to make money. So the higher you have, the more money you'll make. Last thing on the skills page, the little weird symbol next to acrobatics, athletics, sleight of hand, and stealth. If you think of it as a Kevlar vest, that reflects your armor. And so if you are wearing heavy armor or sometimes even medium armor, they might have an armor negative to those 4 skills. Because if you're in big plate armor, you can't do acrobatics as well, or stealth. On this page, if we go, let's go to your main page. On the very, very top, there is a thing called a mini sheet. If you click that, it opens up, shockingly, a mini sheet. And some people love it. Most of my players don't use it, but it has a breakdown of instead of opening up the full character, you can have that and save window space. If you go to your abilities page, you'll see you do not have all of your skills listed. If you then go to your skills page, you'll see the very first line, first column with the 3 lines on it, that is your mini page. So if you want, say, bluff auto, if you wanted bluff on your mini sheet, you would click that first dot and it would add it. Or if you don't want it there, click it and it takes it away from the mini sheet. So it gives you access to your gear, your actions, your stuff that's on your main page, and your abilities. Just letting you know it's there. Mess around with it if you like it. Feel free to use it. That's what that's for. All right. Any questions before we jump back into the story?
I'm good.
All right,
Okay.
so the
Nope.
Salam runner comes down. You guys have eaten and used the facilities as necessary, charged up your batteries. If anything has ammo that's been expended, make sure you put it back. You should all be full hit points, full spell points, resolve points. Everything should be full again. And just for funsies, I'm going to go ahead and do one more overnight rest just to make sure everything's good.
Level up.
Because
Oh,
as you land at the Absalom station, the doors open. Closing all the windows, opening up the map. So you see these, you see the dock, and there's a big 94 painted on the floor. As you pull up to docking bay 94, and you see there's tons of stuff going on. There's people moving around. There's hydraulic lifts. There's little scooters zooming by. There's anti-grav carts full of crates going by. There's different passengers moving around, families walking together. You see all different
Did you
types of
push the map?
races. I have not pushed the map.
oh,
I
okay.
will push the map right now. Close this. All different types of races, from Isoki to Kasatha to Vesk, which are these big lizard type people. All these different things are going on as you guys pull up and the doors open. You guys are coming from the bottom. Your goal here is to meet a dwarf called Durvor Creel. And he was the one that recruited you. And he says he's going to meet you here at the docking bay, and he's going to take you to the Starfinders Society headquarters, which are located here in Absalom Station. I'm going to push 2 maps to you if you want it. This is the overhead view of Absalom Station. And this is the side view of Absalom Station. So as you're looking at the overhead view, you can see, if you zoom in a little bit, you can see that there's, it matches up to a little bit of what the side view looks like. The big bubble in the middle is called the eye. You guys are south of the Lower Spire complex. Let's see, where's my ping? Ping. So you're sort of here on that map, on the side view map. You're here. You know that most, so looking at the side view map, the Armada, so most ships don't stay docked at Absalom Station. They come in, they drop off whatever they're going to drop off, like a large ship does in the real world in the water, and they go out and wait. So there's this huge conglomeration of ships surrounding Absalom Station, and that is called the Armada. And they are just ships that have business at Absalom Station. There are also shuttle services that take back and forth from the Armada and Absalom Station. So there are some that are permanently docked out and orbit around Absalom Station. Again, you might want to. We are going to be on Absalom Station for a little while, so you may want to save those in your hotkeys somewhere if you want. I'll be pushing them at you again. If you don't save them, that's fine. So you see ground crews are tending to dock to ships. There are cargo lifters, as I mentioned before. It smells like ozone, and there's a bunch of people working with different sparks flying as people work on the ships. This is something that Nick does. I sort of made him do it before, now he's sort of taken the reins. So this will be accessible under character, player notes, people, places, groups, and ships. You'll have access to those. So if you need a reminder, you can access that pretty much anytime you want. And then the first thing you notice as you step out is that there's this slight hum that resonates through your boots and up your bodies as this, with all the activity from the engines and other different things and movement that happens. Let me throw you guys on the map. And as you step out, I need perception checks, please. Elwyn and Periwinkle. You notice that Durvor Creel is standing there, and he sort of looks up. He's looking at it as his data pad, and he sort of does a quick looking at the data pad, looking at you, and then waves as he recognizes you. Did you guys decide to share your comm information so that you can communicate with each other through your comm units?
Yeah, I think
Or
so.
would have, yeah.
Okay. So keep that in mind. You can verbally yell when you're not in space, but you can also just communicate with each other through your comm units pretty much. It's usually building wide. So if you're ever beyond building distance from each other, I'll let you know if the comm units still work. But as long as you're on Absalom Station, you can pretty much talk to each other for the most part.
Ellen made sure that you guys saved his contact name as his full name.
Yes.
It is very long.
Whatever your
Yes.
business, your business is our business. Keep your finances safe,
So-
Buttercup. We
Saved
offer
and then
high-tech
nicknamed
banking,
to
contractual blessings, financial
Yes.
loans.
Right. So
free
Kasathans
financials,
are very
and
ritualistic.
so much more.
If you think of like the the Oriental societies
Mind.
and how they can get offended if you don't
Contact a local representative
do
for
certain
more
things
details.
a certain way, allow
May
the
apply.
elder to eat first, those type of things. Things you would have no idea unless you ask. Kasathans are like that. And it's even worse because they're usually passed down within families as well, and individuals make their own. So you never know what's going to annoy a Kasathan or what weird thing they're going to be doing if you're even just going to go sit down and eat. They could be doing a 20-minute ritual before they sit down and eat. So,
I will also note that you guys haven't seen him take off the mask. That's another thing that Kasathans are very particular about, is that, like, basically the only person that ever sees your full face is, like, maybe your kids and your partner. It's like, they're very big sticklers about that. So, like, every time it came to, like, eating or something, he, like, excused himself and went to a different room. Like, that kind of stuff.
That is the way.
all right, so
Mandalorian. I will. Hey, there's the dwarf over there. I'll point him out on comms.
all right, and who was it? Elwyn and Periwinkle. You also noticed that there are a couple groups of people who are sort of hunkering down behind some of the crates, and suddenly a shot comes out, and hold on, there it is. You see this. Come on, why aren't you doing your stuff? What is happening? Okay, I've never used Fantasy Ground before. Maybe it's me. Where's my soundscape? Can you guys hear soundscape right now? There it is.
I heard ads
something.
and stuff.
Yes, I heard the ads too and stuff, but now why isn't this going? There we go. Alright, so this laser shot comes and hits Dorvor in the neck, and he sort of reaches up and collapses to his knees and falls to the side as she collapses down, and we have initiative. Oops.
Hey.
Dun dun dun. I'm sure he's fine, guys.
I get a weird sense of deja vu.
All right, so
One's next video title. I almost died at Absalom Station. Not clickbait.
so Periwinkle, you noticed. Give me a d6. All right, so you saw this guy over here. Again, the rest of what's your name? Elwyn. Elwyn, give me a d6. All right, so Elwyn, you saw this guy over here. And Periwinkle, you also saw him.
I don't see anybody there.
I'm getting there. All right. So you saw him as well. You're not sure where the shot came from, because it was a laser shot, and so it just happened so fast, and then he dropped, and people started freaking out as he drops. But you see a couple of these people. Go ahead and give me another perception check now that people are starting to run around and you're looking around. It is DC 15. Alright. Alright, yeah, so you see others of them. It looks like there's 3 from each side. They're dressed differently.
Some loud typing.
Yeah.
Right.
I was looking to see if I stopped. Like, what? It sounds like a weapon going click, click. I was like,
Sorry.
did I click something by mistake? No.
I had to switch to my phone because my Wi-Fi's giving me issues and it is very sensitive.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Periwinkle, sorry. Go ahead.
Are these like crates and crap over here?
There's crates, there's barrels, there's a visitor center right here in the middle.
Well, I want to run over here and like duck behind this crate and throw up a barricade. Okay, how does a barricade last? A minute?
Alright, so if you're using things to hide behind, you're gaining cover anyway. But so you can throw a barricade to block yourself from a
You
different
said that
angle
this was a
as well.
somebody too, right?
Yep, so you can throw it to block from a different angle.
Yeah, so I would put it like right here.
Okay?
He's like, look out! Do I recognize these people? Like you said, they're wearing different kind of clothes. Do I? I mean, I have been to Absalom Station.
Right now,
And it's like
they were sort of moving into position and hunkering down and stuff. So from the 6 seconds you've been looking at them, it's not, you don't see anything. Sorry, ignore that ping. You haven't seen them enough to do that, to know exactly what's going on.
I'm gonna move. What's my barricade is a move action, so I had to move and move. Can I do that? Instead of taking a regular action, use another move action? Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll move over and jump behind these barrels, and then as my other move action, I'll activate my barricade. Look out! I'll yell out on the comms.
Alright, so I'm going to give you this. I'll put it in the... I can remember how to put it in the shared assets.
Just open the bottom and assets. And just drag it in there.
Mystery still surrounds the quarantined starship Atrium and the so-called Driftwatch. Officials
Hold on.
suggest that the ship's crew remain unaccounted for and a classical quarantine remains in effect.
Okay. There you go. So you can flavor that as you will. But you should...
How do I use it?
So you open that one. I know you open up the assets yourself.
Oh, okay, there we go.
And then open up the actual under shared. Open up the window, and then from the window drag it where you want it to, and you can also drag it down into a hotkey. Perfect. Cool. All right.
He starts like stacking stuff up next to him. He's like, "Ah!"
Explore the stars with astral extraction.
All right. So that is a
Have you ever asked
feat
the
that he
question
has.
out there?
Allows
So
him to just
astral
use
extraction.
random stuff,
That's the very
debris
curiosity that leads
around
us
him, and
to explore new places. To forge a brighter future.
make a barricade. Gives him
What lies
protection
beyond the next valley, canyon, crater, or hill?
as a move action. All right. So this guy is shooting,
Are you still one who can put things together, solve challenges to ensure survival,
and a dwarf.
and dare to forge our future? Then you're just the type of person we are
There you
looking
go.
for. Our presence has already helped change the face of the Explorer and the Outer Moon. It was your hard work and dedication. Together we can reach out to the stars. Astral extraction for a brighter future.
Oh, never used fancy ground before. There you go. You got to be in play mode. Okay.
I get
Should-
the feeling
If you
that
push it, if you try to do something out play mode, it should go.
Really?
It should make a sound.
Exactly. All right. Ooh, he actually got a hit. As they're all ducked behind cover, and they're doing as they're sort of waiting and peeking, and it's like a bunch of kids at a laser tag. But this one actually hits.
Wait, he shot where? Oh, like this?
No, that's his same guy. Give me a perception check.
I'll pass because I'm like
Okay.
hiding.
There's laser shots, people screaming, running around. There's a lot going on, so it's a little hard to tell. But this one you
Oh,
see
there's 2 people named unidentified 10. Okay, that makes more sense.
because they're different people. And
Yep.
dadgummit,
They're just named the same thing, so that's why I was confused.
control.
people can have the same name.
Yeah.
That's so judgmental,
All right,
Nick.
so this guy is shooting this guy. All of you are able to see that.
Doesn't mean they can't cause confusion. Heck, if I shared a name with someone else, I would definitely cause confusion on purpose.
All right, Otto.
Otto is just basically going to run for everything he has to jump into the little customer service information thing.
So if you sprint and do a full movement, you can run as long as you're running in a straight line and not doing anything else. You can run up to 4 times your speed. So that's not a problem. You run. Give me an acrobatics check. I'm gonna say this is about your height. Let's see, you are what? Since you guys saw you guys fill out your notes, thank you.
4'11".
Oh, you're 4'9". So you're taller than I thought. I thought you were small.
Oh. You got like 2 feet.
You are medium.
Almost.
Okay. You're a medium creature. I thought you were small for some reason. Okay. So I'm gonna say this is only all you're doing is diving over it. So you'll succeed. Just how good does it look, and are you able to stay standing when you land? So give me an acrobatics
Let's
check.
face plant. Okay. I'll probably face plant.
10. So you stumble a little bit, slam into the thing. It doesn't look pretty, but you're not prone. And that is it for you, Scar. For some reason, you have Delta 5, who's not even here, targeted.
I don't know how. I
Really hate that
somehow
guy.
So you will
mortal enemy.
clear your targets.
Been tracking him down.
There you go. It's cleared now.
As I'm reviewing all the different things I can do and have.
It's funny.
He changed him out to.
Uh,
Nice.
I think I am going to run behind these crates over here and try and shoot between them at the unidentified 9 over to the left there.
All right. So yes, there's some people in your way, but they sort of scamper out of the way.
Whatever your business is our business.
And
Give your funds to safe without a call.
the
We offer high-sec banking.
Starfinder is very much into cover. And if you notice,
Financial literacy
next to
courses,
the modifier,
so much more.
there is
We're about a call.
partial cover,
Peace of mind.
cover,
Peace of soul.
soft cover,
Contact the local representative for
improved cover,
terms and conditions
and then FF, which is flat-footed. So in this case, you are in cover. He's also in cover. So it's plain cover. Either one of those by themselves will give you partial cover, but combined it gives you cover. So make sure he's targeted.
You're listening to ASN.
So,
Bring you latest news around the
cover.
clock.
And then you said you're shooting your gun.
I pull out my pulse-caster pistol and fire a little electric shock at him.
47 Amendment. Another body
So, yep, got that clicked. And
Nice.
Security remains
Hey.
tight-lipped on the situation.
I did make a sound for that.
Shock.
Cool.
Atrium and the so-called Driftwatch. Officials
Oof,
report
sad damage,
suggest that
though.
the ship's crew remain unaccounted for, and a classical quarantine remains
Yeah.
in the
So,
effect.
Mantha, are you reading the chat? Okay.
Yeah, I have
As
been.
you shot and zap him a little bit, just so you know, electric damage and kind of shock damage is non-lethal automatically.
Yep, I do have that noted.
Okay, so this guy way up here.
I'll just real quickly say that over the comms, but hear chatter in a language I don't understand.
You were talking in Yusoki or the Bernari, I don't know, in the ship. I don't know what you were saying. This is payback.
True, but I was speaking aloud directly to the person.
Our latest headlines.
You know.
Violent gang war breaks out. in
Nice.
Stockholm
And
on
he's
94.
gonna turn around and
Initial
shoot back.
reports suggest several fatalities with
I
dozens
just
more
block
injured.
you so you can't hear what I'm
Yes,
saying.
Conspiracy theories, rumors, and
I mean,
wild
you
tales
can.
of lost glory and treasure.
So amidst the
spread throughout
screaming and the
station.
terrified
All eyes
things,
turn towards the quarantine vessel and the
the
so-called Drift Rock.
vids
Protest turned violent as
around
members of the
video
Absalom movement
around the
gathered
thing
in
are still
Atlanta to protest the Planars
giving their
overturning
ads.
the Daikon
Ooh, and
Revolution.
he hits. All right, Elwyn.
All right. Well, Elwyn, unfortunately, it's not a straight line. But Elwyn books it to go check up on Dorvor Creel.
60 feet.
Yep.
Okay.
Not a straight line though, technically. So that is.
Okay.
So Elwyn just books it and is going to I'll go prone so that I'm on my
Okay.
on Durvor.
He goes sliding across the floor. All right, this guy is over here.
Explore the stars with astral extractions. Have you ever asked the question, what is out there? So is astral extractions. That's the very curiosity that leads us to explore new places and forge a brighter future.
Wow, there
And
you
yes,
go.
this conversation's going on like as the battle's unfolding.
They are
I used to wonder if you can put things
doing
together,
amazingly well.
solve
I'm going to change my
challenges,
dice
ensure survival,
because
and dare to forge our future. Then you'll just have to
What, you
focus
don't
on
want to
what
have a
you're looking for.
TPK?
Our presence has
Session
already
one?
helped change
Am I
the
allowed
face
to
of
do
Explorer
these?
and the outer moon. It was your hard
I didn't
work
think I
that
owned
saved
these.
Am I allowed to give you a
Together, we can
TPK?
reach out to the stars.
Yeah, am I
No,
allowed to do a TPK? No.
I'm talking about the dice. I hit the randomizer and it brought up the dice I didn't even realize I had. Okay. Anyway, it would be very hard in this
Is there
particular fight.
randomizer?
Yeah, if you click open up your dice, you'll see there's a damn it, a little recycling symbol, the 2 circles next to active dice set, and then if you come upon one that has colors, a color palette, the color will also be randomized. You can randomize that too. So I do that as a DM a lot when I'm rolling too well or too bad. I'll switch randomly dice. Okay, number 10. Where is he? There he is. All right. I'm going to say there is a 20% chance he's going to shoot the weird looking dude that goes diving onto the floor. Nope, he did not. Okay. Ooh, a crit. All right, so okay, so it's giving you my totals, but it's not giving you my rolls, and that's fine. It makes things a little easier, actually, but we'll see how this plays out. Let's see if I like it or not. And by the way, each crit you get will populate a card that you'll be able to open up and see if you have them open. And so there's a fumble. So this was an energy weapon. Shock and awe bonus effect. The target is staggered for 1 round. So he gets staggered, and then the difference with crits in this game is everything is doubled. So it's not just so in D&D you double the damage dice and then add the modifier. This thing you double everything, including the modifier. So he just did 13 points of damage to him, which is enough to take him out.
Looks like the faction on the combat tracker looks like Spider-Man, kinda.
From across the pack and beyond.
Hostile
Also
faction.
good. Alien artifacts, custom codes, magic items to refurnish robots. If you need it, we have it. The flea market is found in the Ruin District. A Barrack Club is proud to sponsor the flea market.
Alright, so this guy saw the rat go there, sees the rat hiding. None of you have done anything except for Scar. He's the only one who's fired at anybody yet.
Because we're all having a conversation as this is going on.
So he's just gonna keep shooting.
Nothing wrong with that.
Shooting the way he was. 19. Goodness sakes. Changing the die did not help.
That just means you haven't changed your dice color enough times. Do it again.
Alright, so he shoots at him. 10%, a 15% chance for the Kasathan. Ooh, he's gonna shoot the Kasathan. He doesn't like you.
Sure.
Doesn't know what you're doing, why you're fondling the dead guy.
And I do have prone on myself, so it should do stuff automatically.
Yep. There's a miss. He's down here.
Number 9.
He was shot at by the rat, so Yosoki. You also have cover as he gets stung by your... Wow, he rolls a 19. Pew. Take a little bit of damage. Alright, so now that you've taken damage, you guys look at the combat tracker, you can see you have
You're listening to ASN, bringing you latest news
there's
around
a
the block with your host, Jamie McCain.
bunch of different things across the top.
The Sonara
Initiative, you know, hit points, you know, temporary hit points, wounds, stamina, and fatigue. Wounds you can ignore because that's just, I mean, the way it works is if you think of a boxer in a boxing ring, as they're trading blows and punching each other, they're getting worn out, they're getting tired. That's your stamina. So if you look at Resk, Scar, he took 5 points and it went to his fatigue. So he has no stamina SP left. If he gets hit again, it'll go into his hit points. So that's when you're boxing, bell rings, you go back to your corner, take a deep breath, and you get some of that stamina back. In Starfinder, you take a 10-minute rest, you get all your stamina back automatically. Your hit points, though, are like if you get hit in the mouth and you start bleeding, you go back to your corner, you're still hurt, you're still bleeding. Taking a quick break doesn't heal your wounds, and that's what hit points are. Sure, your stamina will come right back. If he gets a hit again, he will go into his hit points. Monsters or NPCs, other guys that you fight, 99% of the time will just have hit points. So you don't have to worry about that for them. Alright, so this guy is here. He is going to shoot the guy across from him. Actually, I forgot to do the cover, so that would be miss. Elwyn, you are up on to the dwarf.
I
See,
am
he has a
checking on the dwarf.
black hole on both sides of his neck. If you take a
I'm pretty
pencil, you could put it through. Or a string, you could make a necklace. But he is not. Give me a medicine check.
Oh gosh. I know that how this is going, but
12. Okay, are you trained in medicine? Do you have
Yes.
ranks? Okay.
yes.
All right, so, yes, it's pretty clear that he is dead. It was a very fluke. You're shocked that a single weapon would do this, but it happened to hit him in just the right spot, and he is dead.
Did we see what direction he was shot from?
No, and it's hard to tell because it went straight through, so it could have come from either side.
Okay.
Sparkles Mandy, welcome. Sorry, go ahead.
Mandy.
Which side shot at? They missed, but they did shoot at me. So
this guy and this guy have been firing at each other, but you think this guy may have shot at you.
that's so rude.
You're not sure, but because he's normally I would say they're terrible shots, but they've been rolling like crazy tonight.
Let me see how far away that is.
Change him again.
Okay. Ellen is going to. Is it a move action to stand up from prone? Or
Yes. Having said that, Yu Yosoki, it is a swift action. Everybody else has to use their full movement to stand up, but Yosoki don't. Because you have Moxie.
Wow. Okay.
Hey.
Ellen is going to. Yeah. It's gonna stand up. Going prone was cool for the first round, and it is no longer cool. and he is going to shoot at the guy that shot at him, and that is for sure. That's oh, never mind. I don't know why I thought that the laser rifle's range was so short. It is not.
So he has
So
P-cov, partial cover,
because
because you were standing out in the middle of nowhere.
oh yep,
There
this
are
is not
also
going to be a target at all, guys.
Easter eggs on this map, so if you look around and zoom in at some of the tokens I threw on here, there are some you will recognize. And did anybody find anything in the drift run, by the way?
I saw Han Solo and the
I saw
Gecko.
Yoda
Gecko.
and
There were
Yeah.
multiple Yoda,
Ewoks and
Okay.
there were multiple
Yep,
Jar-
Chewbacca. There
there were
was
multiple
Darth
Oh.
Vader
uh,
and Princess Leia walking hand in hand.
Yeah.
I didn't see
The
that.
battle droid. Haven't really been looking for this one.
Right. So your shot rings out, burns into the crate as he ducks. Hey! What are you doing? Let's see. This guy is over here.
guys. Durvor's dead.
So we can't join the Starfinder Society? What?
The adventure's over. Go home. Thanks for playing.
You all
First
meet at
campaign
tavern.
ever.
He hits
Go outside
again.
the
Goodness
tavern, there's
sakes.
a car crash. You go home.
Goodness sakes. It's gonna be a... All right, Otto. You are inside
Otto.
this thing. You can very easily. You have full cover from all sides, except for behind you, which is open.
Our latest headline.
Otto's gonna supercharge his weapon.
He's
He's gonna try to like pop out, shoot number 9, and then pop back in.
Fight camp treats thousands of residents of downside without warfare. Reports suggest that 4 workers left medbay with minor injuries, while one still remains in a
So,
critical condition.
if you pop out, you cannot move back in. You move once, and then you're done moving, or you shoot. You know, whenever you choose to move is up to you, but you cannot move again. So, you still want to stick out, or do you want to stay under? Okay.
I want to
Okay.
stick out just enough to see him.
There you go. All right, so he has full cover, so click the cover button. You have him targeted already, and
Cover.
you've used up your supercharged weapon. Perfect. So go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
That's under actions.
Look at that. Nice. Nice. He's not going to survive.
-3.
Plus, he's already been hit. So
So I gotta find the fire.
either way, just roll your damage for your weapon first. Or, yep, there you go. Either one. Perfect.
Oh, that's into the 46.
Alright, do you have him targeted? Yeah, so it's, yep, there you go. Alright. So that's, yes, that he is blasts as this laser shot goes right through him, startles the gray in the corner, as it goes through him and hits the wall things behind him. And it's this burn mark. He slumps to the ground. A little fire licking up around his armor.
And then over the comms, he'll tell Scar, "Tango down."
All right, Periwinkle.
Periwinkle's going to see him out there, and he's going to move. I guess he has to kind of go around that barrel, but he wants to run over here, and he wants to shoot at this guy.
Okay.
With his
So
and
he
then
has
he's gonna
peak
get
of.
key curve, and that one. Double click it. Bow.
He ducks down as he sees you bring up your weapon. Go flying past him.
No way.
All right, and
That's it, right? Oh, and I could drop prone, right?
yes, just swift act. It's a drop prone. Yep.
Heck.
All right,
That's my
and
turn. I'll put that
Scar.
on me.
So you're a little
I
concerned as you see this thing. This gets this. He shot a laser pistol, which at most is 1/4 of an inch. It's a tiny little laser, but it leaves this gaping hole wound that goes through his entire body.
Explore the stars with astral extraction. Have you ever asked the question?
I think
Give
you're
me
gonna.
give me a
Alright.
mysticism check.
Pressure for murder, like
That's the very curiosity that leads us to explore new places
mysticism.
and forge a brighter future. What lies beyond the next valley, canyon, crater, or
Oh yeah, you recognize it
something we want to
as
discover.
he supercharged his
And it's the
weapon.
one who can put things together, solve challenges to ensure survival, and dare to
He was
face
sort
the
of
future.
mumbling over the comms.
That's the
Forgot to
purpose
turn it
we're
off
looking for.
as he was casting
Our
the
presence will help to
incantation.
change the face of the Explorer and the Outer Moon.
finished it
Your
with
hard
Tango
work
Down.
and dedication. Together we can reach out to the stars. Astral extraction, where humanity can reach
I'm going to move up to here to get a little bit closer to everybody.
Okay.
And I need to check the range on this spell. Yeah, only 25 feet. Okay, cool. Never mind then.
So it's 25 feet plus 5 for every 2 levels, so it will be 30 feet. And then every 2 levels, it will be 35. It grows.
As I now check the range on all my stuff. What's the range on my gun again?
So weapons are different, guys. Unless you're throwing it. If you're shooting a weapon, it pretty much the range is infinite. It just has a -2 for every time it goes past its range. So if your range is 30, 35 feet is -2, 65 feet is -4, 95
You're
feet
listening
is
to AFM,
-6.
the latest news around the clock.
You can shoot
Your
at
host,
300 feet if you
James
wanted.
McCain.
You would just
Our
do
latest
the
headline.
-2 for every 30
Scholars
foot
of the
increment.
Arcane Miriam decry the latest attempt by Spice Index to lobby Prime
Ow.
Executive Mela Cruz to order a purge of the ghost levels. An explosion in Pipetown sees thousands of residents of downside without water.
Guess
Reports
I will
suggest
shoot
that
from
four
where
residents
I'm
of
at
Medbay with minor injuries,
to
while Swamp still remains in a critical condition.
if I
The traitor is
10,
broken out between astral extraction
and I would have a
Dark Level Collective.
-2 because I'm shooting
Special
beyond 30
officials
feet,
work hard to help
but not
solve the
beyond
concept.
60.
Correct. And
Right.
he's in cover as well. So click cover,
He's
and
in cover.
yeah, and actually, how tall are you? Because he is this thing that you're standing next to is 5
I am
feet.
just over 3 feet now that I think about it. Actually, I'm
So you
realizing
can't
it might
see
not even be
past
able to see
this welcome center that the otter is in. You would be able to climb onto it next round, but or I can say you could have climbed onto it this round if you wanted to climb up here, but you would then be exposed.
If you wouldn't mind allowing that, I would.
Okay. All right, so you're 5.
Yeah, I'll climb up.
Jump up, clamber up.
Oh,
All right, so
-2
he now has
cover.
peak of, and then -2, so it's the same as cover because it gives him a total of 4. That's a still a hit. Hey, what are you guys shooting at me for?
And
Oh, you're consistent. You need to turn up the power on your pistol.
yeah.
So you're on the stun mode right now. You need to upload.
Yeah, you're on the cleaning
On the-
cleaning phase.
He's on the shock cattle mode.
You're on like the tens unit. Like you
That's
gotta.
Yeah.
All right, so with this, we will go ahead and call it here. Thank you for
Not
playing,
built for
guys.
a shootout.
I appreciate it. There we go. Here's this. Stop that. So I appreciate you all playing. I thank you. I will give
2 weeks.
an immediate weapon upgrade to Drake or Diablo Bob. If either of you can tell me what the significance of Docking Bay 94 is.
Alien?
Bay 94.
And the clue you would give it away is Docking Bay 94. We will meet you in Docking Bay 94. So it is from the first.
Consider maybe some of the Easter eggs you saw earlier today.
Well,
Yeah, it's from one of Star Wars. I'm just trying to remember which one it is. Is it the one that they release into the space?
nope. This is it is
two
from the
in
very
the-
first Star Wars where
Where-
Han Solo is talking to Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke.
Millennium Falcon
And
was that.
yep, and they say we will meet you in Docking Bay 94. So a nod to Paizo. This was their first Starfinder adventure they ever wrote, and they put this in Docking Bay 94. So
Nice.
I think that's awesome. I did not know that until somebody mentioned it, and I was like, "Oh, cool! That's awesome." So, all right. Well, thank you for playing with me, guys. I appreciate your patience. I know. I just want to give you guys a little taste of what Starfighter was like and how it works, how to get to know your players a little bit. So I did the little mini adventures. Next 2 weeks, we'll be back here again, same time, 6 to 9 Eastern. West Pacific, 9 to midnight Eastern. We will have Matakure with us, I believe. So we will have your operative with us. Another tall person. So
I thought he was a Yosoki too. No?
nope, he's an android.
Oh, is he?
Yep. You guys will meet him next time. So appreciate you. Thank you again so much, McLeod from the clan McLeod for McClancy for the sub. That was amazing. I appreciate it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night, guys.
Night, guys.
Are you raiding?
Nah.
I do not know how to raid.
Oh.
So no.
Good night.
Did I?